Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I'm here right now, and I'm here because I want to talk about West Ham United's deadline day signing. Saïd Benrahma has finally been confirmed as a West Ham player, having signed on a season-long loan from Brentford with an obligation to buy. Now the thing is here, I'm happy with the deal overall, but I have got a few bones to pick with the whole process. I'm going to get into that in this video. Benrahma has joined, like I say, on the season-long loan, and he has the obligation to buy. However, that was not originally going to be the case. He was actually going to sign permanently for 30 million, and that's how it seemed by Thursday. But then on Friday, there were a few twists in the plot and a few spanners getting thrown into the works. And the man throwing those spanners seemed to be David Sullivan. Because, as West Ham fans know, he's so incompetent and such a bad chairman, especially when it comes to transfers. Now, at this point, it was likely that Benrahma was going to sign for £30 million. But then something went wrong in his medical, which David Moyes later confirmed to be untrue. And it looked like we weren't going to get Benrahma as the transfer deadline approached. As 5 PM approached. West Ham got a deal sheet in, renegotiated. Everyone was going mad on Twitter. Everyone was going mad. I was checking it literally every second, waiting for updates. I turned notifications on to ex-West Ham United employee. Went out to do a bit of grocery shopping, came back, and then when I saw the tweet with the eyes, the Algeria flag, and the contract, and I was like, finally, it's over. He signed. Season-long loan with an obligation to buy, £4 million fee for the loan, £21 million for permanent, and 5 add-ons. So 4 plus 21 plus 5 million, 30 million. It's back to the original fee. I'm just happy he's joined. That's the bare bones of it. I'm just happy that Benrahma's joined because this is a player that's really going to benefit West Ham's attack. People are saying that he has comparisons to Dimitri Payet, and I can see why. I've seen Benrahma play in the Championship a few times. He is a very versatile, technically gifted, creative, and dominant midfielder. I've also written a piece for my website about Benrahma, which kind of is relevant to this video. It makes some similar points, so I'll put that in the description. You can check that out as well. There's a general sense of excitement at signing Benrahma, and I'm part of that excitement crew because he was considered the best player in the Championship last season. He had 17 goals and was a key reason for Brentford's promotion push. Well, attempted promotion push. They got to the final at Wembley and lost 2-1 to Fulham. Brentford had a very good system in place. They had Watkins, Benrahma, and even before that, Mopai. And they played very good attacking football. Benrahma was like the engine of that attack. And it's very similar to what Dimitri Payet was, because he was a catalyst in a lot of West Ham's attacks. Benrahma, from what I've seen, is exactly the perfect fit for any offensive star side. He can play either on the wing, in midfield, or go up front. So he's quite versatile in that sense. He's very open to that kind of change. Within Moyes' particular system, I think the best place for Benrahma right now would be to put him on the wing. And it would have to be left wing, because Bowen tends to go on the right. And that's just to do with their footing, I think, because Bowen's left-footed, so he's better on the right, so Benrahma being right-footed can go on the left. The only issue right now, well, not an issue, but the only thing right now is that Fornals has been playing really well on the wing, and he's going to retain his place. I expect Fornals to start for now. Benrahma's got to work his way into that starting position. Benrahma, overall, will either be a midfielder or a winger. I can't see him being a forward because Moyes doesn't really like to play two up top. What I've noticed from when he was at Brentford was that he tended to play in that winger role, but he made it into his own kind of winger. He liked to cut in a lot. He liked to go between players a lot. He was very pacey and exploited space. If I have to give a player comparison, I would have to say his pace and his mindset were the same nearly as Alan Saint-Maximin. because Saint-Maximin's very fast and a very good winger. Benrahma's got that similar quality. The other good thing Benrahma is quite good at, and particularly in his first season with Brentford, he was really good at free kicks. He's really good at set pieces, similar to a certain person called Dimitri Payet. And just off of that note, I'm not saying that Benrahma is a carbon copy of Payet, because he's not. But he is still a very much loved and respected player, no matter where he's been. And he is considered a key player in any team he's been in. He has a lot of fans back in Algeria. He's made the Algeria senior team because of how well he was doing at Brentford. He's in talks with a lot of Algerian players like Riyad Mahrez and the former West Ham winger Sofiane Feghouli. Sofiane Feghouli sold the club to Benrahma. So I think that we can expect to give him the same amount of respect and love that he had at Brentford. And the same that his nation is starting to give him. And he's going to be one of those players who we're going to love for 2 years and prepared to have our hearts broken when he finally does transfer to somebody else. But yeah, just to summarise that, he's going to be good for us. He's going to be better than good, actually. He's going to be fantastic. People have looked at this transfer with the bigger picture and said that we sold Diangana to get Benrahma. So it was something like that. And I want to give my views on this just very quickly so people that know where I stand. I'm not happy that we sold Diangana. It still kind of hurts me a bit because he was one player a lot of fans were really excited to see. He was sold and was supposed to have been replaced in some way because the money towards that transfer would have gone on other players. So that was the assumption. Because, well, Sullivan did say we have, 8 wingers. And it contradicts that to say that Benrahma plays as a winger and we've just signed another winger. But I want to say this, and I don't know whether this is going to go down well with a lot of West Ham fans, but I do think that Saïd Benrahma is better than Grady Diangana. And I'll explain why. Benrahma has actually proven himself for 2 seasons and proven that he is capable to play in English football. He's worked his way up to the Premier League from something smaller. The 2 years in the Championship were a time for him to improve on his abilities in a different environment, in a different league and with a different manager. He's maximised that potential in the Championship and has proven why he's good at international level and for the Premier League. Diangana hasn't really had big of a shot in the Premier League yet, and although he played well in the Championship, I don't think Diangana is on the same level as Benrahma. I think Benrahma's a lot better. That's just my opinion. Not that I said that I'm happy Diangana's gone, but we have still got an excellent player out of all of this. And talking of actually signing Benrahma, I need to touch base on the overall deadline day and the whole process. And maybe even a bit about the transfer window as a whole. Overall, the transfer window, it's gone from being a 0 out of 10 to I'll give it, honestly, a 4 or 5 out of 10. Because Benrahma's come in and that's a great signing, but West Ham have not strengthened in the positions that needed to be strengthened. Don't forget, 9 players left, and we've only bought in a couple. Thomas Souček making a permanent signing doesn't really count as a part of that. We've signed a right back that's only there because Fredericks was injured. Signed him for about 5 million, I believe. That's no disrespect to Vladimir Soufal, because I think he's going to get a start in place, but that was the initial reason why he was signed. We got him in. We got Benrahma as well. We are still quite scarcely thin. We are 2 major injuries away from being screwed because we don't have extraordinary amounts of depth. Rice gets injured, we're stuffed. Souček gets injured, we're stuffed. Bowen or Antonio get injured, we're stuffed. And Bonner gets injured, we've got nothing in the back. So that's my worry. Like I say, we have no strength in depth really. We're going to have to rely on maybe some youth players. Because our 2 best ones, Cullen Diangana, they've gone. And Zani Silva's out on loan. So transfer window has been very frustrating, actually, and David Sullivan has not helped. He didn't help with this Benrahma transfer, just to be relevant to the video, because it was very last-minute stuff. 1 minute it's gone from bid accepted, he wants to come, medical tomorrow, he's having the medical in 2 parts. I don't know why it takes that. But then goes from failing the medical to deal being renegotiated. And when I saw deal being renegotiated, I was like, he's blown it, hasn't he? Sullivan's only gone and pulled the bid. And that's when all the negativity came out on Twitter. All the hatred. And then it said it was going to be a loan deal, because you don't need a medical for a loan deal. And X finally tweeted the Algeria flag with the eyes and the pen and the piece of paper and said, yes, Benrahma is a hammer. As soon as I saw that, I literally smiled, took a minute, and was calm. Before all that, I was stressed, I was panicking, didn't know we were going to sign this player. I was like, not another Dendoncker, not another Smolov, not another Carvalho or Baka. Didn't turn out that way. I saw Saïd Benrahma doing the crossed hammers with the shirt on. I'm so happy. Happy it's all over. And happy that he's here. And he's here because he forced the move. This isn't me praising Sullivan or Gold for getting it done. Benrahma forced the move. Had that not happened, I don't think he would have come. And on a side note, I don't think Brentford would ever like to do business with us again. And that's a shame, because they've got quality scouting system and a really good team. The way that Sullivan kind of bullied Brentford, I don't think they'll like working with West Ham again. I mean, who really would? One thing that immediately strikes me about Benrahma is that he's a very, very likeable person. He and his family all attended his photo shoot and the video announcement. His mother was there. There's a picture of him kissing his mum on the head. His parent family got to meet David Moyes as well, which was really good. He just looks so happy to be at West Ham. He's buzzing. Have you seen the videos on Snapchat and Instagram? He's smiling. He loves the fact that he's now a Premier League player. And although I think he's got kind of mixed feelings about it, because yes, he's happy to be here, but one of the things as well is that his dad isn't here to see it, because unfortunately Benrahma's father passed away in January, and the week after that Benrahma scored a hat-trick and lifted up a t-shirt saying "I love you, Dad" in French. So I think his dad would have been very proud to see his son play in the Premier League, especially because the whole family moved from Algeria to France and Saïd was able to continue his footballing dream there. So things like that are always, I think, natural. It plays on your conscience a bit, but I think he wants to make the most of this for his dad and for his family, because they're clearly very tight-knit and they love him a lot. He also donated the wages he was owed to the staff at Brentford, and that's going to help about 100 members of staff at that club. What a generous act. Like I say, you can tell that he's going to be liked. He's already forming a friendship with Arthur Masuaku on Instagram. They're joking about and bantering each other a little bit. They're talking about nutmegging each other in training. He's going to do just fine in the East End. We're going to like him. I'm going to like him. And all I ask, like they ask for the rest of the fans, all that everybody asks is that he works hard, gives 110% for that badge, and honours the colours. As long as he does that, it's the West Ham attitude. I can't knock that. He'll be one of those players where everyone says, "Oh, you remember him?" And you go, "Oh yeah, he was a great player." That's what you're going to get from Benrahma. And finally, I want to touch on something else. The one minor, if you could say that, perk of the loan deal was that West Ham have now 30 million to spend in January. I wonder who that's going on. Although he was another target for us, I don't want that money to be spent on Josh King, because he becomes a free agent next summer. I don't see why we want to spend around 18-20 million on him now. If anything needs to be done in January, it's to get defenders in. Milenkovic was targeted, the player for Napoli. I think he plays for Napoli. And also the Croatian guy that plays for Marseille, Kaleta Kar, I think his name is. He didn't come because of a phone call with David Sullivan, but if we go back in for him again, it needs to be another approach. Centre-backs will be a priority. We need to get the defence sorted, and Moyes is right, because naturally, and this is common sense, naturally, if you've conceded a lot of goals in a fight in relegation, it means you're not winning games and your defence is being bad. So we need to strengthen the defence. The attack's fine. I'm happy with the West Ham attack. I'm happy with the options up front, the system we got. I'm happy with the defensive mid-duo in Souček and Rice. Just the defence needs sorting out a little bit. And maybe another goalkeeper. Thank you very much for watching this video. It's great to be back again on YouTube. I'm relaxed, I'm happy. I'm great that Benrahma's now a player at West Ham United. If you like the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content. I'm going to start doing From the Anvil again, where I do the Q&A with fans on Facebook. I can't wait for then. Thanks very much for watching. See you all soon.